Evil Monk Story Part 2. Monk day and night spent learning how to dimension hop, as well as making sure their captives don't escape. A tireless process it was. And with having to make sure Survivor or anyone else didn't escape made it tougher. But alas, Monk pulled through and finally had dimension traveled. A victory in Monk's eyes. They were quick to start exploring the many dimensions. Some dimensions were a piece of cake to take over, some not so much. Along these adventures, Monk encountered many things, even surprisingly finding allies. Monk learned many things along the way, making friends and foes. They got into lots of fights with some dimensions, and sometimes would have to take emergency leaves before they would get killed. Cowardly, but Monk didn't care. Monk found many various types of beings, some stronger, and some weaker than them. Some that had similar issues as themselves, that being the Void Ink. That was stuck to their fur. Of course none actually helped Monk learn how to remove it. Though Monk was warned to be wary about their condition, Monk had no idea what that could mean. But they didn't seem to question too much. Conquering other dimensions wasn't as easy as Monk had hoped, and was even a difficult task at that. That never swayed Monk, however, and they marched on encountering more people. Back at Monk's home world, Survivor, and the others were all locked up still. However, now they were scheming and plotting. Or well, mainly Survivor was, with Monk being away traveling. It gave Survivor and the others time to plot. Though they couldn't see each other, as Monk had kept them away from each other, they could still communicate with their voices. And so every day, when Monk was away, they planned their great escape. The plan was simple. Survivor would cultivate the strength that Saint had given them. Day and night Survivor will harness their powers. Whilst Monk was away and wasn't watching. A tedious plan it was, but it was the best they could do. Every time it grew a bit harder to hide the changes, as Saint's powers altered Survivor's body a bit. Just ever so often. Luckily Monk was too busy to ever notice though. The other captives were growing restless. Being trapped wasn't fun at all. Still, little did the others know there was a quick and easier way to escape. Inf, the only one who's been hidden away out of ear and eye view, still did secretly possess a hold of one of their eggs. That very egg that Monk hadn't noticed could get them all out. But the problem is the others don't know this. That is until one day when Monk was off on another exploration. Survivor's cell was greeted by the two ghostly slugcats, Saint and Hunter, the only ones who couldn't be contained by Monk. Have come back. The two had arrived in hopes to help the entrapped group. They told Survivor about Inv and just how they could save them. Survivor was relieved to hear. Perfect. Now, to just set that into plan. The plan was for Saint and Hunter to seek out anyone for help. First they went to the two iterators known as 5 Pebbles and Moon. Neither could offer too much help. However, they had said there was a peculiar black slugcat that had passed by before, and so Saint and Hunter set out onwards to locate this mysterious slugcat. It was even a shocker that there was a slugcat that hadn't been locked up by Monk yet. Saint and Hunter searched all round, until one day they finally found them. The slugcat, as dark as night, was fearful at first, but soon calmed down. Who are you? What are you? They questioned Saint and Hunter. We are ghosts, to put simple, Saint replied. As they couldn't waste time any further, the slugcat wasn't going to be told around so easy, and wanted a true explanation. Annoyed Hunter explained to them everything, whilst Saint confirmed along. Finally, having gotten through with the slugcat, they introduced themselves as Nightcat. So, you want me to help you guys get this Inv guy out? Nightcat questioned exquisitely. Very well then, I'll help. Nightcat joined in aid to help the others escape. And so Saint and Hunter lead Nightcat all the way to In's cell. Inv was surprised meeting Nightcat and acted a bit flirty. "Oh, my knight and shining armor has come to save me," Inv cooed. "Shut up," Nightcat replied back. It was a hassle for a Nightcat to get Inv to understand what to do. After a while they got it all set together. Once Nightcat gets the lock broken for Inv's cage, Inv will help the others escape using the egg as a distraction for Monk. Inv was a bit saddened to have to destroy their precious egg, but decided to agree, and so Nightcat freed Inv along with Nightcat, set out to get the others out too. Back with Monk, who's been busy exploring the many dimensions of worlds, was clueless about the escape plan being made back in their home world. Monk was too busy learning about the other worlds. They sort of forgot about the idea of conquering. Monk's explorations made them realize, maybe, just maybe, were their goal too far-fetched. Monk felt a hint of worry. Was this all for nothing? Were they thinking too big? How could one manage different worlds at once? "Shut up! Shut up! I am no weakling," Monk shouted to no one in particular. Monk's anger and frustration soon was put to a halt all of a sudden. Monk completely forgot about checking on their home world. Monk had been so busy making friends and allies, and as well as foes during scuffles, remembering to check to make sure their captives didn't escape, flew right over their mind. In a quick panic, Monk got their portal ready to head back. Crap. Monk cursed themselves as they dimension hopped through dimensions. Finally, Monk made it back, hoping to be relieved in seeing them all still contained. Instead, what greeted Monk was a hard punch to the face. "Ugh," Monk yelled out as they fell back. There, standing round Monk's height, was Survivor. When Monk had been away, Inv had gotten everyone out, and now including Survivor, who had fully gathered all of Saint's power, and was basically supercharged. This was bad and Monk knew it. Monk tried to lunge out at Survivor, but an egg was suddenly pelted at their face. The egg exploded, causing Monk to be flung back a bit, their vision disoriented. This distraction gave the others time to hide, as they knew they couldn't take Monk on themselves. Survivor watched as the others hid, knowing well things were about to get messy now. Once Monk had gotten their vision straight, the fight commenced between the siblings. There was biting and kicking. There was no rule for fair play in this battle, though during the fight Survivor had been holding back, charging up Saint's ability. Survivor knew they had to do it. They knew this will be the final battle. And so once Survivor had managed to get Monk weakened to the ground, they prepared the final blow. Survivor hesitated. The symbol was ready to strike. Yet they hesitated. Survivor's hands trembled. Survivor felt they couldn't do it. And so, the world did it for them instead. Shut up, shut up. I am nitrogen monoxide weakling.